What's up, everyone? I'm Dan, and today I'm joined by gaming content creator Bangam. Thank you for joining me today. How are you doing?
Hey man, I appreciate you inviting me along. This is like my first ever podcast or
Yeah.
gaming interview. So yeah, no, I'm just grateful, man. I'm grateful. Appreciate you
Oh,
having
that's
me
cool,
here.
man. That's cool. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. For everyone who is new to the channel, make sure you do the thing, subscribe for more videos like these and more. Don't forget to hit the like button if you like the video, as it helps the channel. And with that being said, I think the people want to know, where did the name Bangam TV come from?
The name it stems from I'm a massive hip hop head. Like I love my rap, my hip hop, golden era. 90s, 2000s. I'm hip hop all the way through. And I'm pretty sure that like yourself, 50 Cent was taking over at a time. And it was just kind of one of his main goons that was called Bangam Smurf at the moment at that time. And back then when I think the PlayStation 3 came out, and it was kind of like online gameplay at the time, or online connected games. And again, just listening to hip hop, and I was like, okay, Bangam Smurf, and I put my name on the end, and it was like Bangam Berry, which was my full thing. But then coming into the creation space, I just shortened it to Bangam. So that's the origins of the name. So it's all hip hop inspired. Most things I do are hip hop inspired.
All right, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I like to find out how people like became gamers. So do you remember like the first game that you ever played, or like the first game that actually got you into gaming?
First game I remember playing was Alex the Kid on the Sega Master System, which is a very long time ago.
Still remember the tune in my head.
yeah. So for me, single parent household, 3 brothers, 1 sister, we tend to get our consoles a bit late. So my mum would like when like the Mega Drive PS1 was on the verge of coming out, we literally were handed like a Master System. It's like, okay, this has been out for a few years, why have we got this? And we got the Master System with no games, like a console from like a boot fair or something like that. So yeah, Alex the Kid, was built into the Master System, and that was kind of like one of my first games I remember vividly, like playing. And then from there, we'd go on to the Mega Drives. Golden Axe comes to mind, Streets of Rage, Alien Storm, the Sonic and Knuckles, like all of like the Mega Drive stuff. And it's kind of, as years have gone on, I've always been like a console gamer. Done a bit of a PC gaming. Had like a bit of a stint where I played like Half-Life, Quake, Unreal Tournament for a while. But I just like the simplicity of console gaming.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Is there anything that you're playing at the moment?
At the moment, I'm playing Armored Core. I'm really into Armored Core. Just of my love of like Gundams from back in the day. Kind of like that mech kind of aspect. So that's kind of like what I'm really into at the moment, is like the Armored Core stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. How are you finding that game anyway?
It's tough, man. It's tough. It's stress. It's every day. Every day I'm complaining about it on Twitter because it's like it's stressing me out. Like, I wrote it all down. I planned it. I'm like, I'm gonna play it. It's gonna be smooth. I'm gonna complete the game. I'm gonna do a new game plus, and it's not as simple as I expected. I thought to myself, it would be easy, but no, it's stress. Real stress. Yeah.
All right, you at the recent WASD or WASD IGN event. How did you find it, and like what was your highlight from that event?
It was a vibe. I would say the one I went to in April was a tad better. Maybe there's a few more games there. This one, maybe it was like 2 or 3 games that kind of piqued my interest. Lords of the Fallen would have been my highlight there, but I think it was more the vibe, just the people being there. It's nice to just kind of see the community come together and just chat with everyone and vibe out. So that was kind of nice.
Definitely
Yeah.
Is there actually, now before I even go into that one, if you had 3 games to pick, your all-time favorites, what would they be?
Oh man, Metal Gear Solid's definitely in there. Metal Gear Solid is definitely in there. I'm a not the OG 2D one, the first one that came, the double disc that came out on the PS1. For me, that was kind of my entry point into tactical espionage, and I loved it since then. So Metal Gear Solid for me. Ghost of Tsushima is in there.
Yeah.
Massive for me. I know I got to that late. Well, I had it when it first came out, but I just never finished it because I was taking my sweet time with it. But finished that like a few months back, and I'm amazing.
Yeah.
And I'd have to throw a sport game in there. I maybe say Knockout Kings, like a boxing. Yeah, which is a classic for me. I would have put Pro in there, but the moments I've had on various people's sofas knocking people out was just amazing to me. Like it was like it was like an era. Like that couch, competition was just it was unmatched back then. Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. I hear that. You said you like tactical espionage. Did you ever play Splinter Cell?
Splinter Cell. Is it Siphon Filter?
Yeah.
Was another one, Siphon Filter. Yeah. Just that era of action games, because what comes to mind as well is like Max Payne. Dino Crisis doesn't really fit into that, but there was a game that was on PS2 back in the day called SOCOM, Navy SEALs.
I remember that one,
so I think it was on the P2, and it came with like that game was amazing. Like games like that I loved growing up. Yeah.
Okay. Is there a game that like that kept you thinking about it like long after you'd beaten it?
Metal Gear Solid.
Right. Yeah.
That whole franchise, the story, the lore, everything about it is something that's kept me locked in for years. Like even with them announcing the other day about bringing back Snake Eater and remastering it, it's up there for me. So just that whole, what's his name, Hideo Kojima.
Yeah,
he smashed that whole thing. Like for me, that's the pinnacle of gaming for me, because you've got the right balance of kind of gunplay, close quarters combat, the tactical espionage aspect, the boss battles, everything's just amazing on that game. It's amazing. It just had you thinking as well.
Yeah, I always remember. I can't remember the name of the boss, but you had to. He like made you like think you're going crazy basically, and you had to like unplug the controller from the first one.
Is it Psychosis? Or something along those lines,
like
But you had to put the P1 controller into the P2 slot
to
beat his mind control and be able to shoot him.
That was dope.
Yeah.
Is there a game that everyone loves but you're just not impressed by?
There's a few games like that.
Okay.
I'm scared to talk on it because it's going to go public. No.
Just say it.
It's not even that I hate, but it's like I know how I am, and these games, not that I dislike, but I don't want to invest my time into them because I know they're very time and labor intensive. So Final Fantasy is one, which is going to get me lynched. I've played them. I've played like the OG double disc 7 back in the day and stuff like that. But it's a franchise that I know it takes a lot of time. And for me now, the age that I'm at, I'd rather invest in that. This is why I skipped Final Fantasy 16, because I was just like, I can't. Zelda is another one. Yeah, Zelda's another one for me.
Oh man,
I know.
Gotta end this conversation right now. Sorry,
you're gonna stop it. No, it's like I love Zelda, but I purposely avoid it these days based on how time intensive it is. But I just those things I appreciate from far. So sometimes I'll lurk at people's streams or I'll watch playthroughs before bed on YouTube, just kind of taking it all in. But it's games like I'm like, I can't invest into it. I can't.
No, definitely I hear that for real. Now on your YouTube channel, you do like reaction videos, game guides, gameplay videos, unboxings. So my question is, what actually got you into content creating in the first place?
I don't know. I feel like I've been creative my entire. So I used to do like a sneakers YouTube channel that is buried somewhere on YouTube, is hidden. So I've always had some sort of creative outlet, whether it's music, sneakers, culture. And during the pandemic, like most people, I just thought to myself, well, I've got a decent PC, we game all the time, and I started off with like Call of Duty, just like let's just stream it and see how we get on. And then kind of from there, it was just kind of like a rolling process. It was just kind of me trying things like, okay, let me try my hand at editing, let me try my hand at Photoshop, let me try my hand at After Effects, and then I kind of love that entire suite. And everything you see on my channel is kind of made by me, whether it's graphics, the thumbnails aspect. You know, I love the creation process, start to finish. So for me, it's just kind of like it's like a passion project for me. You know, so just kind of putting things out, and you know, just having a level of appreciation for what I'm creating by others, which is it's a dope feeling. It's a dope feeling. Yeah,
it's good. It is good. What would you say, like in your experience, are like some of the key ingredients that make for good content?
See, for me, I'm someone, I appreciate simplicity, but a level of complexity behind things. So who's a prime example I can give? Someone like Hollow. So he's a Let's Player in America, massive, but he's got a very stripped back format, but his mic levels are amazing. His lighting is great. His background, his ambience behind him it feels like chilled home coffee shop vibes, and he creates this kind of chilled home gaming, like a couch gaming environment. You know, when you used to come home from school or college or work, chill on your sofa and you're gaming, you get that vibe from it, but it's everything. All the components are very complex, and you can, in my journey of learning editing, Photoshop and graphics design, you can kind of see how these things all kind of intertwine and come together. It's just dope to see, and it's dope to learn as well.
Okay. This is kind of like two questions in one, but what's been your biggest challenge with making content, and are there things that sort of frustrate you about the gaming creator scene?
My biggest challenge can be the time it can take to edit certain stuff. I'm not one of those YouTubers that creates jump cuts a lot. I like to kind of have long, maybe 30 minutes, hour-long videos, but kind of have good production. So it's kind of ensuring it's crisp from the beginning to the end, per se. Sorry, the second question was? So
like, are there sort of things that frustrate you in the creator gaming scene?
What frustrates me? Not much, to be honest, because everyone has their own angle. Everyone's doing things the way they want to do it, and that's just dope in itself to me, because if everyone kind of fell in line and started copying others, then no one stands out. Everyone's source is the same, you know? So for me, it's kind of sticking to your source and kind of just seeing that out, you know, standing on what you make.
Okay, cool. And do you feel like for example, like YouTube or like platforms like that, do you feel that they support creators enough with their videos?
See, I'm still fairly new on my journey, so I'm still learning a lot behind the scenes as well, and trying to kind of piece together this puzzle that I have in my mind, and then obviously bring it to the forefront. Again, I'm still getting into certain rooms as well and trying to have those conversations to understand more. And you know, if I can be that kind of conduit where once I get that information, I put that out there and kind of translate it for people who are trying to understand to get there. I've contemplated doing tutorial videos and talk points before on my channel, but I just want to kind of keep my channel strictly gaming. I know it would aid and help gamers, but I'd rather be at events and talk with people, or be a voice on Twitter, or have some sort of platform where I can just kind of share the knowledge and impart what I know.
You know? Definitely. I hear that. Okay. And what's been your biggest highlight as a creator so far?
As a career, well, one of them was going to Gamescom. Just that was out of my own pocket, of my own accord, but just experiencing that, it's been something that as a kid I've wanted to kind of go out there and, you know, go in there as an adult and kind of experiencing that day in, day out is exhausting, but it's like an amazing experience. Another dope aspect is kind of just finally coming outside, because it's like my first year coming outside, going to events and just kind of being seen. You know, I've got the analogy, you know, you've got like a an actor or a rapper, you know, they're making music or they're starring in movies, but no one knows who they are, or they're, you know, or no one's listened to their mixtapes. And then when people start to kind of listen to the mixtapes, then they're like, oh, you know, my work is finally starting to feel recognized and be seen. So this is why I say I always feel appreciative and humbled by being seen now because of the stuff that I'm creating or I'm putting out there. So that's just a dope feeling as well, you know?
Yeah. If there were any like new creators out there looking to get started to do something similar, like making a gaming channel, what would your advice be to them to that get started?
My advice would be learn the fundamentals. Learn the fundamentals. What the fundamentals for me is like Photoshop. Keep your head down in Photoshop and Premiere Pro. You don't have to worry too much about After Effects. That will come naturally. But I would say if you can sit there and go through every setting in Photoshop, every setting in Premiere Pro, and just make videos. Don't overthink it. Cook a video, put it out there, because what will happen is even if it gets no views, you'll look at that video and you'll learn from that video, and it's like a snowball effect. So you just keep creating. So that's my whole thing. So I'm forever learning. You know, I'm no finished article by far, but I have this thirst for knowledge. I have this thirst to kind of continue to learn. I'm always trying to push my production. I'm always trying to push the way I create. Everything I do, it's, you know, like my mind sometimes is just bursting with ideas. I write everything down on Notion. One of my tips as well would be is to kind of dump it down in a board or like a Trello. If you use Trello as a great organization tool, or Notion, start writing things down so you free your mind and you're able to kind of, you know, produce or create efficiently. So yeah, definitely those would be my tips.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Sounds good. Are there any games coming out this year that you're looking forward to playing?
Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2. That's it, man. That's gonna be the remainder of my year, man. Yeah, Spider-Man. I'm waiting on that GTA 6 announcement as well. Because that is gonna literally shut the world down when that comes out. But those are kind of like my two big games I'm anticipating. Going back to your question as well, what you said is in regards to advising creators, another thing that just popped to my mind is try not to bite off too much, more than you can chew. Because when I was creating and I started to learn certain things, I was like, okay, I'm going to play these 5 games. And in you know, like you say to yourself, okay, in a week, I'm going to play it this day. And it's, you know, try not to burn yourself out. You know, do it at your pace. You know, I know it can be a bit hard to go on YouTube and see the top creators playing games and completing them within an ample amount of time, but they do this as a full-time job. You know, people that are in the real world, we have to kind of do it part-time or even half of that. So there's a balance in that. So even with like the way I approach content creation now, I've got Armored Core and Spider-Man, and that will more than likely be me to the end of the year, if I'm being honest, because if I bite off any more than I can chew, I wouldn't have a life. So, I'm enjoying going outside at the moment. So, you know, AC and Spider-Man are like, my 2 games for the remainder of the year, I feel.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, that. And you're heading to EGX next time. EGX, yeah. First time invited as a content creator, which again is just an amazing feeling. As you know, I feel blessed. Yeah. And it's just nice to get into those rooms, you know, and have those conversations. Yeah, nice. Apart from EGX and Spider-Man, what is next for you? Like, what do you want to accomplish this year and beyond?
I try not to stress over a follower count, or, you know, the amount of likes, or growth-wise, I'm not too fussed, because I feel if you're passionate about something, it will come. So, you know, my goal is to kind of continue to produce quality. You know, improve lighting, maybe improve my background, what you see behind me. I'm kind of studying, well, say self-studying, like the cinematic. So I want to kind of push myself in the storytelling aspect of certain games, and try and put my own spin on things. So it's just, I'm always trying to push the bar. I'm always trying to learn something new or try something new. So you may see a random video pop up on my channel, just, okay, where did that come from? But it's just me having an idea that I need to put out there and just give it a go.
Good. I like your videos. They got that professional look to them. Even like you were saying with your thumbnails as well, it just looks clean. It's good. I like it, man. Keep it up.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, last question.
Yeah.
This is a bit of a fun one though. You're shipwrecked on an island. What 3 things are you bring with you? There's also
on an island.
Let's not question it as well. There's electricity on the island somehow, but so you don't have to worry about that.
I don't play my Switch, but I'll bring my Switch.
Okay.
I'll take that with me. Am I clothed? Am I naked? Do I need water? Can I make fire?
You've got your clothes. You've got your clothes. So it's
And there's food. There's things that can be caught.
I mean,
do I need tools to be able to catch?
You might need to get some tools to catch some fish.
Okay. So I'll have to bun. I have to be real here. Yeah, I have to bun anything game related. It's all survival because I need to live.
All right.
And maybe like a knife, a fishing rod, and like a flint, so I can make fire. So those would be. I'm being realistic. I'm not trying to cater to the gamers. Enough like that. I'm trying to live. I'm trying to get off the island in one piece. So that would be my. That would be my.
Those are your 3 items.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. Sensible.
Yeah.
All right, well, those are the questions that I had for you. So I just want to say a big thank you once again for doing this with me today.
No, thank you. Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure, man. I'll be sure to leave links to your socials in the description. So everyone, make sure to go and check out Bangham TV on YouTube, Twitter. You know the drill. When I say go and check it out, don't just go to the page. Hit that subscribe button as well. Follow, leave comments, all those things. And as always, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this creators episode, and I'll see you next time.
Peace. Bye.